Welcome back. You can see my brand new nice mat, commissioned by Possum Machine, did the Tama art. Really big fan. But today we have a box opening of the new set Vertex Diva. Haven't really done a box opening before on this channel. I hope to do some more in the future as well. I also have some boxes of Hecatomb and Chaotic and some other random old games I'd like to do eventually as well. Also picked up this new starter deck of the DXM. Pretty excited to open these guys. Really like the name Death Ex Machina, pretty fun. Especially how strong they are, it really fits. Anyway, let's get into opening them. I know that they're very popular. Even in Japan now, they're still used in topping events, and the assists are used pretty far into the future. The huge selling point of this is that every single card is going to be foil, and this foiling is just gorgeous. Like, it's so reflective. I wish, you know, more decks and cards and just look like this in general. Like, so fucking pretty. Not really a huge fan of the Diva anime, so I never really watched these to know who these characters are. I will say that these designs definitely look more like the old school WIXOSS than some of the stuff that was coming out from early Diva. Mostly just the amount of skin and the kind of stuff going on with their outfits. Considering right after this, you know, just a set or two away, we get Welcome Back with a little bit less of the Diva stuff, more departure, back to the original. I kind of wonder if they were trying to get back in some of the old school players that were expecting a certain kind of artwork that Diva just wasn't having. Especially with this design, although I do also think it's funny looking at the level 3s for a lot of DXM. The level 3s end up putting on more clothing, which is pretty funny. It's almost the exact reverse of a lot of the Elrigs. You even see it here in this level 2 assist, which is one of my favorites. Seeing these in action, actually testing the set, all of these cards are ridiculous. Trigger of Victory just crushing a life cloth is just so brutal sometimes. Not even sometimes, all the time. It's pretty ridiculous. The Chimes art would make a really good playmat. And then we get into the Signy. I was getting my Enter really screwed by this one in some of my test games, so I'm sure we'll be seeing this one a lot. And this is just another one of those casual 7Ks for one, which we're going to be, you know, I think that's going to be more of a standard padding out some decks going on. And the fact that it fills your trash, I know, is used quite a bit. It's also a demon. I saw some people using that. Here's the real kicker of the deck. 4 foil Lancelots with new art, and I just love this art. I actually like it better than the promo art that came out in July. I like that one a lot, but this one, just the foiling, man, is so pretty, especially straight out of the starter. If there's one thing that WIXOSS does right, it's definitely that the foils are super pretty. Even cards that maybe you don't even need for your deck, you're just going to end up picking up foils of just because they're just so nice for collecting. Not really sure what I'm going to do with the deck, so put it back in. Going to open up the second group of Signy here. And again, I have no idea if I'm even going to use these or anything. I don't see myself playing DXM, but the foiling is just so nice. I almost want to just like put them in a binder, the whole deck. Really like the little foil skull energy thing coming off on this Dragon Girl. And the deck has a lot of the soul type things. I'm pretty sure this obelisk is used at least in meta decks coming up. Not really sure if that's just because there's a limited amount of things that interact with soul to start with. Here's your new dual colors for your level 1. I really love this art. It makes me wish I played something with purple. Maybe I will. I'm definitely one of those players sometimes who I'll find something where it's just really pretty art and I'll just kind of force it because I want to play with it. I mean, look at this servant. I'm really glad you have to use 4 servants. This is just really pretty. Like, this is one of my favorite servants. It's right out of the starter deck, and unlike what I'm used to in, you know, other games, you get 4 of each full foil. The entire deck is basically playable out of box. Minimal upgrades, you know, a couple SRs or whatever. It's doing everything right. And as I'm cleaning up, I just can't help but look at the 4 servants again. It's just, they're so pretty. Like, I see myself running these for a while. Back into the plastic prison till I decide what to do with them. And with that out of the way, good to go back in packaging, let's go ahead and open up the box. Again, I haven't looked really too much into this set. DXM wasn't something I was super, excited about or ready to build for until I started testing it more. I mean, now I'm pretty excited about some of the stuff coming out. Mostly Tamago and Kino level 3. Really excited about the box toppers this time around, especially the Arkwin and some of the art, like the Lion and Akino alt arts and the they're just so pretty. If I don't end up pulling them, I'm just gonna buy them for sure. So we got the Machina level 0 rig, which is the favorite for me for DXM, but the art's a little wonky, I feel, with the DXM box toppers compared to the other girls. So I don't know if I'm going to pick up the other DXM ones. Being honest here, I've never actually even watched somebody do a box opening before, so hopefully this is okay for people. I just kind of did how I usually do my box openings. I take all the packs out, cut 2 at a time, make sure that I don't cut the cards. I don't really like opening up the packs, by peeling, just because of, in the past, damaging cards that way. And then I'm just going to go through the packs. Got some comments here. Code EAT. Yeah, I honestly didn't look at a lot of the cards past what I knew I was going to look for, which is pretty much just Exia when I was going through these. That Phantom Dragon I feel like is going to be a pain in everyone's butts for the foreseeable future. Got your Rig, your rare cycle of spells, and first Parallel, this Cancer. Really cool. I love the pictures coming out. Nothing too big so far though. I do like the parallels. I'm not sure about what the cost for these are. I'll probably put it on the screen as I go along. Another Machina, I probably will end up eventually building her center just because of the military outfit with the mechanics. Reminds me of something from Symphogear. This full armed, I've seen it a couple Tama lists in the JPN. Probably going to pick up some parallels if I don't pull some. Don't know if I'll end up running it. I know this Hapatas Azure Evil is pretty cool. It's a vanilla 12k for 2. I mean, you do have to discard a card and then draw a card. Really glad I got this parallel because I was going to pick him up either way, just to run in some kind of mono blue or Tamago list. When I say a vanilla 12k here, I just mean like, even on your turn, so when you would hit some of the life bursts that say like, vanish at 10k or something, it's not going to matter as much like with Ishii that I was hitting with Nova last format. Just having a 12k on both players' turn is pretty darn good for dodging a lot of removal. Got this little Tasmanian Devil here. And another My Life as a Teenage Robot. I know a lot of people are pretty hyped for this. It's kind of interesting because I see a lot of people running or testing the Medaka with Tamago type stuff, like a lot of like back and forth between if Diagram or Uchu is better for it, the whole discard free shell. Kind of interesting that they do very similar things as far as what you want to do. Kind of fun that got the Summer Light Blues with the Medaka in the same pack, since I definitely have seen some mono blue shells running this. This little Jade Evil I saw today, actually, somebody using it to be able to underswing on a card so they didn't give their opponent enter. That was pretty funny use of giving something 10k base power. This art's pretty fun. That's what I kind of mean too, where I feel like they're going back a little bit to the more etchy stuff that the original WIXOSS was known for. Got the at level 3. This is another deck I was actually pretty interested in playing, but there's a very dedicated at player in my LGS, so might not go stepping on those toes. Always find it a little bit more fun when there's not too much mirror matching going on. I prefer the games to be much more, open. That's kind of also why I'm hoping there's not too much DXM, even though I really expect it. There's a handful of these, if you guard, do something type cards coming out, and I feel like they're kind of made for Nova, I don't really see them being used at all. Got your vanilla green, purple going on. This Glacius is actually used quite a bit in a lot of the lists I've been looking at. Got your Deuce 1. Got our first SR. It's this Newton Jade Wisdom Queen. I don't really think she's going to end up being used all that much. I have seen her as like a 1 or 2 of in some odd JPN lists, just because, you know, you don't really have all that much control over what her ability does. There's also a Life Burst, and I mean, there's already so many good level 3 Life Bursts in green. I'm very curious if it finds a place at all. Give me your secret formula, Mr. Krabs. And oh, we got an insect. This is some cool art. I really do like the insect girls that were in the original game with, I think, Mayu. I'm hoping that we get some more of those. I haven't looked too much of it. I know that she does get new printing. Same rare, another Machina, and our second SR, you know, second SR of the box. I know this is used quite a bit in a lot of lists moving forwards. Just being able to give a double crush, assassin, etc. is pretty ridiculous. I've definitely had my ass whooped a little bit with it in some testing. I fully expect to see her all over the place. And we got a normal version of her. I love this art too. I definitely am going to go ahead and pick up the parallels if I don't open up some more. It being a demon and Fenrir being a demon, I also have seen some people using that get a demon back at the end of your turn thing just to reuse Fenrirs over and over, which is pretty brutal. And if you're using that as well in place of like Folklores or something, I definitely think there's some fun places for that. I know this got like a signed version at some point. We got your MC Lion third verse that no one will ever use ever because it's kind of garbage. Des 3, which again shows the DXM girls just putting on more clothes as they level up, which is pretty funny since you'll be at less life cloth, I guess. Also got this parallel of this satire, Jade Angel. Nice censoring with the music notes there. Whenever I look at these parallels and realize that a lot of them are pretty cheap, I just think about it's kind of surprising that more people haven't picked up and started opening up boxes just to use these as like tokens or collecting them for other games. Might start speeding through some of the commons since I think at this point we've gone through most of them, not all, but most of them. I think we've even hit most of the rigs at this point. At least the assists. Another really cool looking parallel here. Giant knife with the glowing things always look really cool. On even though it's the rainbow foil. I actually am a fan of rainbow foils more than the shattered. I kind of wish that some of the SRs had the rainbow foiling instead, or the foiling that the DXM deck had. Yeah, just gonna power through some of the commons seen before. A little corgi, another and nonstop Dr. Tamago. I'm really excited for the center. I think it opens up a lot of cool things you can do. I'll probably pick up the SR, maybe even look for the DAR this set. First non-white center I'm interested in playing. Got my first, I think, assist foil. I definitely noticed in this box I didn't get too many assists in foil, which I feel like in my previous boxes I got those way more than like the parallel foils. The new vanilla white-red, I really like that they make it pretty easy to do multiple colors if you really need to. They're pretty easy to get, they're in every single set. Definitely like that. And here's another SR, something fully armed I'm not going to try. does that do? Don't even remember. I don't know. It's cool. She's pulling out a sword through her heart. I guess somebody watched Bakamagari. Being honest, I am terrible at pronouncing things, or even like trying to figure out how these words are supposed to be said. So I'm sure that, you know, some of y'all laughing about how I'm trying to say these words, but I'm not going to try some of them. Got another towel assist. I really do like that, you know, they're bringing back from the very first set. Ancient Surprise is super cool. Really love this like weird mecha horse leg thing. The full art parallels, like, they're half the reason I crack packs. It's just, even if, you know, maybe value-wise, sometimes they don't really work out, you always get something really cool. I have a couple issues with my camera focusing, but yeah, look at this parallel. I'm never going to run this, but look at that. It's just, the art's super pretty, the foiling is super nice. I want to play a set. Just going to start speeding through some of the commons. This ant nest is one I'm going to pick up in parallel too. Its burst is really interesting. I see it used in some JPN lists. Not really sure how useful it is right now, but I think in the future I'd definitely see a lot of play. Got this nice X step out, doing the classic impossible pose with the TNA, and another SR. This Crimson General Queen, I know it does something with Soul. Got my ass handed to me a couple times in some test games. Got that cute little bear in the corner and some rabbits. Very cute art. I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of it, so it's nice when something you're going to see a lot of has pretty good art, even if you're losing to it. Box is clearly telling me I should play DXM. Getting all the SRs for it in here. This steampunk Code Ancients. I love this art. This artist I follow on Twitter. They actually draw my favorite of the Tama levels. Just really good art overall, and it's a great card. Like, just being able to bring something back when it's destroyed is always so good. Gonna really start speeding through some of these, as you've seen a lot of them before. Of course, the Deuce 3, and then we have this pretty interesting rare. I think it was a promo in Japan. I don't actually think it's gonna get too much use. I think people are gonna try some cute things with it and won't actually do all that much, but hey, when it works, it works. Got another Deuce. Again, like, box just telling me I should play DXM. I guess I probably will end up building Black Center it for some reason or another. Got this really cute parallel foil. I really like these shadow that white have. I don't know how good this one is. Probably not that much since it's only an AK, but pretty cool. All the ad art makes me want to build her too. Lucky Customs also just did a ad center art custom. Pretty cool for this month. Another Cancer, and then Peace. This Devil's Carnival, you can do some really interesting stuff with it. Again, just being able to bring back Fenrir's every turn is pretty cool. I definitely want to try it out. For that crazy person who's never seen WIXOSS before and somehow found this channel, the parallel rares I keep talking about are always foil versions of common or rare cards, but with larger art. Just kind of showing it off there. As usual, some issues with getting my camera to focus. Really like this Doomed Angel art. And going up to a rare, rare, and then we get another assist. It's, I think, the second assist in the entire box so far. I've opened quite a few boxes, and usually I get way more of the assist Elrigs than I ever do of the parallels, so it's pretty nice this box because I actually prefer the parallels. Definitely a sucker for anything with the full art version and a normal version as well. I just love to see them side by side and the differences. Down to my final two packs and no secret yet, so pretty stoked because either one of these packs could have it in it. got a couple more of the white cards I wanted, another Deuce 2, and a Deuce 2 in secret form. Got them both in the same pack, pretty funny. The foiling is super good. The camera has a hard time picking it up. It's all these different layers and textures on the foiling. They're just so nice to look at. I love pulling them. I'm not even sure how much this one is at the moment. Nice to open the secret almost last, just because it makes the box more exciting when you're going through it. Of course, the last pack now. I think I'm out of secrets, or I mean SRs and most stuff that's interesting. Maybe I'll get a good parallel rare. Or just another Deuce. I mean, the whole box is just like, hey, you want to play Deuce? Go ahead and do some Deuce. Oh, we got the Aquino. I do like this Aquino. I want to pick it up in secret. I was thinking about trying to play it. I don't really know how to build her right now. It's probably just the worst version of Harana. Got this kind of cool parallel. I do like this artist, mostly because their Twitter is hilarious if you're into that kind of thing. As I'm going through this box and just cleaning it up, I was doing some simple math using TCG Player. Just the SRs, I think only one, which is the Crimson, is about 17 bucks. The rest are about 2 to 8. The secret I got is about 12. So I made up a little over half the cost of the box from those, not counting all the rares and the I think the pieces at like $2 each. But not a bad box overall. Also, just kind of wanted to show these off because I was pretty happy to get them. I'm trying to get a 3rd and 4th, hopefully soon. As you can see, my little Tama to B binder below. I love these Congratulations Arc wins. Hoping to get some of the box topper ones too from Vertex, but they're pretty rare to find. Kind of getting no hits on anywhere as far as like finding them. But you know, I'll run the congrats. I'm fine with that. I was trying to go 2 and 2, but hey, if I can go 4 congrats, I'll be perfectly happy in the Tama deck max rarity I'm trying to go for. And yes, I do keep a card sleeve in the back of my phone. Hope you enjoyed this video and you like and subscribe and all that. If you want to see more, let me know in the comments below. I don't have any content like this so far as box openings. I was focusing more on gameplay videos and you know, the how to play and trying to get people really, you know, excited to try out WIXOSS. I've run into some time issues recently that, you know, the videos that I have put out took, you know, at least a month or 2 to do each. I don't have all that much time to be working on them. So hopefully I can in the future. This content's a little bit easier to do. So if you like it, let me know. If you don't, hey, let me know too, and I don't have to, you know, go out of my comfort zone at all.